G'day everyone, how you going? Not too bad? Oh yeah. My name is Matthew and welcome to my YouTube channel, A Quantum G'day. I would like to talk to you about CE5, some of my experiences doing CE5 and how I go about doing CE5. CE5 is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. It is human-initiated contact with extraterrestrial beings, multi-dimensional beings, and at other times, other forms of consciousness such as nature spirits, elementals, and orbs. They can all appear and take note of what is taking place when the CE5 protocols are happening and come in for a sticky beat and see what's going on. Dr. Stephen Greer co-created these protocols with ET beings and has been sharing them with the world since the early 90s. I have only been aware of Dr. Greer's work since 2013 when I first started doing online research. I can remember back to when I was 16 years old. It was when my distinct interest in the UFO ET topic began. So it was only natural that Dr. Greer's work was the first that I resonated with regarding the UFO ET matter. Even though there are many amazing people out there sharing content and knowledge, Dr. Greer's work was the first that I came across and I agreed with. You have to use a large amount of discernment, shitloads, because there is so much disinformation out there. I was fascinated by the footage of UFOs on YouTube that keep getting renewed week in, week out, and they are very fascinating. But that was short-lived. They were too good to be true, literally. I have always known we are not alone, and I've always been fascinated by the thought of ET people. But I only started doing research in 2013 when my beautiful wife explained to me how to put the YouTube app on my iPhone. I am a shocker with technology, so Candace had to explain that to me. If you look in the right places on YouTube, you will definitely find genuine and quality information regarding this matter, and it's growing big time. I want to share my experiences to help create awareness regarding the UFO ET field and to help people. Some people who may already be doing CE5 or who want to do CE5 or are thinking about doing CE5 and making contact. Since I began doing this, I have met and spoken to some amazing people in the CE5 community. I've learned that everyone does it slightly different, and some people don't ever go into meditation to make contact. It just goes to show the potential of where this is heading and what we will be capable of in the future when interacting with these people. It is truly amazing if you think about it. I'm a coal miner from central Queensland, and I've trained people how to operate dozers and big haul trucks and other heavy machinery. So I'm sure I can explain to you how to make contact with extraterrestrial peoples, right? There are a few things that I believe are necessary to successfully do CE5 and make contact. Meditation is important. A good daily meditation habit will aid you in being able to get relaxed, clear, and connected, and aware, and in the present moment while doing the protocols, but in everyday life as well. Being able to reach these states with confidence will make it a lot easier for you to send your intention to the people that you wish to connect with. And it will also make the coherent thought sequencing part of the protocols a lot easier too. This is an imaging projection of your location to deep outer space, connecting and feeling all the locations in between to give these people an idea of where your location is to help them come in to find you. Being confident in doing the coherent thought sequencing is important, but not ultimately necessary to make contact straight away. Practicing these techniques will make the process feel more natural, and you will become more confident in doing so. When I meditate at home sometimes, I practice by projecting myself to different locations. I go exploring. This will aid you in doing the coherent thought sequencing. I also do this when I'm awake. I can project in my mind's eye to different locations. Practice is very important with CTS. It will come with time, so don't expect to have it straight away. Intent, I believe, is the most important quality to have when doing CE5. If you aren't there for the right reasons, I don't think you will be very successful. A genuine urge to make contact for the right reasons is a must. The intention I am emitting is one of love, knowing that we are all connected. We are one. I want to do this to aid me in my own experience and help me with my own personal development, to increase awareness within myself, my family, friends, community, local and globally. I want to help progress this process. I want to connect and evolve. I want to bring in new, clean energy for the planet, global peace, a pollution-free Gaia, and the spiritual, emotional, and technological advancement of humanity. I want to begin a relationship with these people, individually and as a collective. Intent also works as a tool for communication. I begin to emit my urge to connect with these people a week out. I don't think this is necessary, doing it for a whole week, but I get excited if I know I'm going to do a skywatch and I can't help myself. It also gives them plenty of time to organise themselves as well. I have been successful doing CE5 on short notice, but I like to be organised. The day before or the morning of a skywatch, I send intent a lot more clearly through meditation. It is also very important not to have expectations when dealing with these guys. I expect nothing and am open to whatever they seem to be right at the time. This is hard to do if you haven't done CE5 before and are unsure what to expect. But be open-minded, big-hearted, genuine, authentic, and have patience with uncertainties. If you keep at it, you will learn to trust your intuition. I found that changing what I eat, moving towards a more plant-based diet gave me clarity, better connection, and helped me raise my frequency and awareness. This style of eating is called a high vibrational diet or a high alkaline diet. Also, decalcifying my pineal gland through food, meditation, and intent is very important and has aided me in doing contact work. Having clarity and curating awareness is important in doing CE5 because my relationship with these people so far is based on intent and intuition. There are no text messages or phone calls to meet up with these guys. So being confident with your intuition is important, but not necessary at first. It will feel a lot more comfortable as the working relationship progresses. I've not had conscious physical contact with these people. I would really love to, but I am not expecting it. I've always wondered who they are, if they are the same people that other people on the planet at the moment, if it's the same people they're making contact with. I can imagine there are many different ET people out there from many different places currently coming into contact with Earth at the moment. As a result of doing CE5, my spiritual awareness and connection has developed exponentially. My insights and perceptions have evolved, and they haven't stopped. I find it's a continuous process. Let that be a warning. Yes, doing this will possibly lead to giving you expansive thoughts at times. I don't get caught up on beliefs. I don't. I find my perceptions are constantly changing, and I find peace in realizing how much I don't know. Looking back, I realize I was always aware and questioning my surroundings. But my higher awareness didn't start to manifest until I started making contact. I have experienced some high strangeness. It has never felt negative, but we'll talk about that another time. I first did CE5 in November of 2015. I was at work driving a bulldozer intermittently, and I was listening to the guided meditations on the ET Contact Tool iPhone app, and just listened and really emitted my intention. I got out of the dozer at 4 a.m. and I had some satellites scooting back and forth, stopping and starting above my head, following each other and then stopping, and then one's coming out of other directions, I knew it was going on straight away. I couldn't stay watching for very long because my workmates were on their way to pick me up for my crib break. So I just said thank you a heap of times and flashed the light that's on my work helmet at them, and yeah, thanks guys, I made a comment to my workmates about there being a heap of satellites flying around in the sky at the time, and asked them if they had noticed, but I think I was the only one paying attention to the sky at that time. I think I'm the first person to do CE5 from a bulldozer on a mine site. Tick. I've always been a keen fisherman, and it always taken up a lot of my weekends. I recently bought a fishing boat, and everyone at work lately has been asking me if I've been going fishing on the weekends, because I was doing a lot of fishing prior to buying the boat as well. And I answer truthfully with a no, and then they're like, well, what have you been up to lately? I'm not really sure how to explain without getting a look, so why not make a YouTube video instead? The people I work with are amazing. It's just hard introducing this topic into conversation with the larger portion of society. It's the normal for me now, but it's still not an accepted and relaxed conversation topic, unfortunately. I understand why, but I believe this is going to change in the future. I am very lucky where I live. We have some amazing locations close by to do CE5. One I've been using lately is Dangama Munga, also known as Talking Mountain. It is an ancient corroboree site for the Gangulu people who oversee and who are the rightful landholders, who hold the land rights to that area. I've been working on trying to get into contact with them, the elders or the current representatives of the Gangulu people, and try and get some more information on Dangama Munga to try and find out if anything like this has happened there in the past, but also to get their blessing to be there doing what I have been. I haven't felt anything negative before, and nothing has gone wrong as of yet, so I'm sure the surrounding elementals and nature spirits are okay with what's happening there. Apparently it is a 33 million year old volcano, but after watching the documentary on YouTube, There Are No Forests on Earth, I think it might be an old tree stump. If I ever meet an ET, I will be sure to ask, because I would love to know. It is pretty mind-boggling, but still, I'm open to anything. Any information coming in. It could be a tree stump. We're told it's an old volcano, but who knows? Check out the documentary if you want your mind blown. Talking Mountain has an amazing energy. The last time I was up there doing CE5, one of my mates put the magnetometer that's on the ET Contact Tool iPhone app on top of one of the stone pylons, and it was registering off the scale. Really epic. I picture it as a big energy conductor with a fitting name, Talking Mountain. The first time I went there to do CE5, I was riding solo, and as soon as I got there, I took my shoes off and I connected to Gaia. I earthed and grounded myself. Now I do it every time when I do the protocols. When meditating up there, being earthed helps. It opens up the toroidal energy flow. You can really feel the energy coming in up through the feet and down in through the crown chakra. It's really good. It amplifies the protocols so much. The last time we were there, we discussed finding a new location because it's a miracle no one has rolled an ankle or broken a leg yet climbing up and down with our chairs, all our field gear, everything we have. So we're looking at some more backyard skywatchers really soon. Let me know all the great places you guys have done CE5. I reckon there would be some amazing locations out there where people have done CE5. Please leave a comment explaining the beautiful spots that you've done CE5 at. I understand how foreign this might sound to some people, but this is the normal for me. It has made life a lot better. I don't have an issue with people being skeptical. I'm not trying to enforce any belief systems or anything like that. I'm just creating awareness by sharing my experience and trying to help other people who may be starting out trying to make contact or doing the CE5 protocols. I think people need to direct their skepticism towards other matters in society at the moment, which need really, attention, because there's some shit going on. I have had cult mentioned to me a couple times since I started telling people about this. I listen to a lot of heavy metal, but I haven't heard anyone mention Kool-Aid yet. So I'll start asking a few more questions when people start talking about Kool-Aid, but no one said anything yet, so it's all good. I have 2 rules when it comes to CE5. 1, must listen to frequency raising music en route to the CE5 location. I alternate between heavy metal and dance music. I've played dance music through the two-way en route to doing CE5 before, and we got there and we didn't even go into meditation, and they're coming over and they're just flashing at you, and it's epic. It's really good. Rule number 2, must earth and ground when arriving on the CE5 location. I think those 2 things are really going to help you do CE5. I am an intuitive empath, and this process has felt very natural. But to begin making contact, I had to delete a lot of programs and conditioning, because this is not something that I had done before. But I already knew we weren't alone. It was just something I considered to be common sense. I still had anxieties and fears, however, regarding the matter, but in saying that, it was a natural feeling the whole time, and the excitement far outweighed the uncertainties and anxiety. I ended up just jumping out of my comfort zone and doing it. We are here to evolve. We're here to connect and interact at our highest potential. We're not here to be misled, suppressed, and controlled. The guys I am interacting with, the people I'm interacting with, are very loving and understanding. They had me read like a book from day one, and that gave me peace of mind. They are very aware of what is happening to us on an individual and collective level at the moment. The hardest program and conditioned emotion I have had to delete is the one where I am potentially affected by the opinions of the collective with me coming out and sharing this information. There is a lot of ridicule regarding this matter, and to the people who come forward sharing information, their experiences and knowledge. I have tough skin, so I will be fine, but to the people who are not aware yet of what CE5 is or don't have a lot of knowledge about the UFO ET CE5 community, let that really sink in. Really think about it. Really understand how much of an issue that is and how it's going to affect us all in our development as a collective. Yeah, good point, right? As far as I'm concerned, I've been sitting on this for long enough, and this issue isn't worth not potentially helping someone else out. I'm an ex-footballer and a unionist. I understand what strength in numbers can achieve. The sharing of knowledge is something I am seeing more and more of thanks to the internet and our ability to connect really quickly, and there's just so many people coming forward now doing a great job. Much love and respect to all the big hearts out there sharing knowledge and helping people. It is really helping. It's really starting to make a change. I am aware there are malevolent beings out there, but I haven't felt anything negative when doing the CE5 protocols. Although I have had 27 unwanted entities or forms of energy cleared from me by a healer. That's something I'll talk about later. You know, it's just something people do need to be aware of. It is important. I've only just started practicing clearing techniques in the last couple of months around the house when I meditate and when I'm doing CE5. Prior to doing these clearings, I was just focusing my intent on the benevolent beings out there. I think that's why I've only had good experiences. A good friend close by who is a light worker gave me a light clearing technique where I flood my home and I flood myself with a clearing light and the surrounding area around me and just clear myself. And it does work. And I envision and erect a light pyramid over top of my house. And I can power that up through meditation when I'm at home and when I'm away from home. And I continually just power up and clear my home with this light energy. A couple of other techniques I use is smudging by burning sage and keeping crystals like selenite close by. Selenite is great at clearing unwanted energy, and it's an amazing crystal to have in your collection. The reason I made this video is because I felt it was necessary to share some of my experiences to help educate people that are unaware of what is happening. People that don't know what's happening at the moment, you know, like I want to connect a lot more with the CE5 UFO ET community as well. The other reason I felt it was necessary to make this video is because recently I came across a video of Dr. Greer on YouTube informing people about plans for a false flag ET attack. And yeah, that's not a good thing. An attempt to make extraterrestrial peoples an enemy? Sounds pretty crazy, right? Yeah, I know. Apparently this is a plan that was formulated many decades ago. I was watching this on YouTube and my gut feeling was just going off the Richter scale, you know. It put an uneasy feeling inside me. I'm going like, nah, nope. Not these guys. These guys respond to good vibes only. All the ones that I am interacting with and wanting to make contact with. You know, I play dance music to them over the UHF that's in my car, and they fly over before we even go into meditation and say g'day. You know, it's very exciting. You know, so do not fall for that one, guys. Once again, thank you, Dr. Greer, for sharing this with the world. I am forever grateful. My life has changed in so many ways for the better since I started doing CE5. I just want to make it clear, I am not praying or worshipping these people as gods or anything like that. I'm worshipping their efforts, though, in wanting to help us. I believe these people are here to assist us with transitioning to the next phase of our evolution. They want to help guide us in the awakening that is currently taking place on Earth. I believe they have the same intention for contact that I do. Well, I know they do. It's not a belief. I know they have the same intention. I believe the outcome from more people doing this will be humanity becoming self-aware, technologically, emotionally, spiritually advanced. There's going to be peace on Earth, guys. It's coming. A clean environment, education, health, food systems, all evolving into something so much better. This is about resonating on the love frequency and forming a bridge to the benevolent beings out there and the universe. It's a truly amazing outcome. Thanks a lot, guys.